designs, different price ranges, just so people can see something that's doable. That you know, we don't have to do things the traditional way.
Exactly.
And that is something that environmental services should.
But you guys would initiate that, but you couldn't enforce it. You'd be the.
Well, we can't enforce anything. Everything comes down from city council. So what we can do is we can initiate, we can convince the general manager, we can convince the city manager, we can take it to city council and get that directive saying, you will consult environmental services on this type of project, or you will follow environmental services directive. So there is a mechanism to put something like that in place. But we couldn't directly just go over to planning or city development saying, we want you to put this new law in. We have to go through different routes.
Like when we met with the mayor about this place, you sense he's really excited about it. Like he was talking to us that he wanted to put solar panels on his house and he couldn't because of architectural design standards wherever he's at, and you know. But you just sense that there's a desire to do something. You just wonder, how do we take that to the? How do we just push it
That's something that we found is very promising. The general feel that we get from city council and like the upper management in the city is that there's this buy-in to sustainability. There's a buy-in into either being environmentally responsible or just being efficient and saving money. Like there's the proof is there, the public opinion is there, so there's a lot more push to have environmental involvement in decision-making processes for other branches. One thing we've just done within like any report that we have in the city that goes to council, there's always like the financial impact, the options, all the public policy. Well, now there's a new section, the environmental impacts, and it's a requirement. So every report for any kind of project going forward has to have that section on what are the environmental project, the impacts. And here right now we're focusing on greenhouse gases because it's kind of like the buzzword. But again, that's something my personal pet peeve. Environmental sustainability doesn't mean just greenhouse gases. There are other things involved as well. So that's something it's a whole world that we've got open to explore, and that's why lots of opportunities for expansion, for improvement. We've got our work ahead of us.
Like if we wanted to get the councillors to do a tour here, how do we do that? Like we get them in here, you get them
as an official function. Like you can always send the invite to each one of them, and I'm sure you'll get half of them willing to come. Yeah. To get them all to come at the same time for special events, I don't actually know the city procedure where you go.
They don't have to all come at the same time. Yeah. If we get them all through here at some time and get them understanding that can be done and that it's cost effective, then they can influence. And there's no reason why we can't do way better in Saskatchewan.
Yeah. I think that comes just a matter of just inviting them. I would suspect there'd be a large interest in coming out here.
And it's one by one, just found each councillor. We can do that.
There's probably something if you contacted the city, something in the city communications. I myself, I'm relatively new to the city. I've only been with the city for a little over a year, so I don't know all the ins and outs of how the best way to get things done or who you should contact about that sort of thing. I'd say the best thing is just mail each council a letter.
Okay.
Or your own councillor, start with your own councillor.
Or call your councillor and say, how do I get this out? How do I get this information out there?
I just moved.
Yeah. Not call the mayor.
Yeah, well, I think it's, I think this is a facility that we can use to help them understand. Yeah. And you're right, we should have one in every subdivision, and we should be asking builders to build more, and we should be asking people to ask their builders to build more.
That's why I was very happy when this one was open to the public. Because it's one thing to build a facility and like have the data say, oh, we have a house somewhere that's doing this. It's like, well, no, like come out and see it. And even if you don't implement everything, if you don't go net zero, but there's still getting halfway there is a huge improvement over not doing anything. So there's always something that you pick up.
One of our biggest challenges here is explaining to people that you shouldn't probably be going to net zero. You want to go 50% or 60%, but today to go to net zero is really expensive.
Without your PV panels, what percent would you be?
Without PV and solar, we'd be about 80, about 70.
76.
60, what?
76.
76, that's right. Yeah.
Without the PV?
Yeah.
And the solar.
And the solar hot water.
But the solar hot water is a benefit, isn't it?
Yeah,
I think usually that one's got to, it's that electrical that takes like 20 or 25 years to pay for itself, but that's the...
But we went from, if we use kilowatts and we tell the story here, we went from 40,000 if this was built to normal code to about 10,000 in total without the alternative energy at all. So that's insulation, windows, glass, solar, passive solar, energy efficient lighting, energy efficient appliances, the domestic hot water reduction, significant domestic hot water reduction. And that's before you start the alternative. And the payback on the solar thermal, the hot water, is really good. It's that last bit of PV that
Yeah.
you need to really.
So you don't know what percentage you'd get without just the PV, eh?
Yeah, we've got it modeled. It'd be
I don't know off the
another,
top of my
it'd be
head.
35 out of
Yeah,
40.
you must be closer to 90 with it.
We'd be 35,000 out of 40.
Oh, okay.
So it'd be, because the PV's gonna generate about 6.
87% or something.
And that would be probably a 10-year payback
The hot water?
for the hot water stuff, and that's not bad.
No.
Well, your comment about, like not going the complete way, that ties into your first day where you were speaking and that gal was talking about the glass towers, right?
That's right. Yeah.
And the fact that improving the envelope is the first step in it.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
absolutely right. Yeah.
That's the one thing, we're finding like with building retrofits, a lot of it is the way the building was designed. And, well, there's nothing you can, once you got a building, to build a new building isn't very environmentally friendly either, because what do you do with the old one? So it's, the idea is, well, what can we do to retrofit existing? And the solutions aren't always the best, but it's what you have to do to meet that cost-effective line. Like, where's the real energy efficiencies available? Where's that low-hanging fruit? What can we hit first?
Yeah.
But a lot of it is like really you gotta be designing buildings better. And that's like where like Chris came from, the company Integrated Design. That's their forte, is like, well, let's build smarter buildings. Let's stop this throwing money away things.
Yeah, the building, so I'm doing my thesis, and the NRC gave me their database of 600,000 energy audits they've done. The median score is 52, EnerGuide rating, in the country, in Canada. So that if a standard code now is about 76, right? So just think of just that building stock. We can figure out how to retrofit. That's next for me, is after this one works, we're gonna get figuring out how to retrofit.
Now, in
Yes,
fairness,
so-
that's the median of people signed up to have an EnerGuide assessment done.
Yes,
Right,
so,
so brand new houses.
but 600,000 is just about 8% of the Canadian population, so it's probably a pretty good measure. You might have guys that are more interested, but on average, the house has, it's a pretty big sample size, right? So,
You've got some people in newer homes that are better and don't need to, and you've got other people who have poorer homes but just can't afford to do any kind of retrofit, so you've
Right,
got,
so you're
it still
probably
balances,
missing
still
those
balances.
extremes, sure, yeah,
Mm.
yeah. Cutting off the tails of the
Yeah.
distribution, right?
Yeah,
but it's probably a
Well,
pretty
it's
good, you know,
basically
600,000 is a pretty big number.
yeah.
But it's intriguing, you're right, that the existing stock is a huge issue. And just look in Saskatoon, you drive down, you know, just behind me on Broadway there, some of those houses are looking pretty old, and I'm sure it's a 2x4 wall with sawdust in it, right? So-
Or not.
Or not even sawdust
My
anymore.
neighbor took
Or
the
how
siding
about
off.
the houses that were put together from granaries,
Yeah.
or old rail cars?
Yeah,
I can show you some of those, I know where they are.
Chris, I got a question about your projects. You talked about the district energy thing, and there's an opportunity in different locations in the city for that. And the bus barn now is going to be relocated somewhere in Valley Road near
Mhm.
Montgomery. That's pretty close to the QE plan. Is that
That's
close
still,
enough?
that's still a little far
It's
away.
too far.
And, okay, sorry, I see there's one other problem with the QE that I didn't mention. QE is actually a peaking plant,
Yeah, oh yeah.
which means
That's right.
it's only there when the electrical demand is
Not
required.
not base load.
So if you want, if you're heating in the middle of winter, it's like, well, QE says, well, you know, we don't need any extra electricity, so we're shutting down.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, you're losing your heat for the day.
Yeah.
It
That's good
doesn't,
point,
so
yeah.
the fact that it's a peaking state, you really need, for cogen, it's gotta be base load.
Base, yeah, right.
Which is a good thing, like Saskatoon Power right now, it doesn't have any generation capacity. So anything they generate goes to directly to their base load. So there's lots of opportunity for that type of technology here for us.
And they'll have the windmill on top of the garbage dump.
Oh, that's
which is
good.
near the bus
Yeah,
barn.
they've got that. They'll have the turbo expander, the landfill gas, and
Yes, yeah, yeah.
hopefully the hydro project will go
Oh,
forward.
oh, yeah, the weir, is
So,
that the
yeah,
one?
the weir, yeah. So, so they'll be generating, but I think their demand's still a little bit higher than all that. They're all pretty small things.
Chris, right at the beginning, you were talking about water treatment and sewage treatment, and you talked about replacing the pumps.
Yes.